Hey you guys, Eddie Collins for HotVWs magazine here at EMPI headquarters, and I'm actually here with Rob Molnar, who's going to go ahead and show us something super cool. Not just super cool, but something that you guys can actually achieve to have someday if you want to go ahead and build something, as they say, build a bitchin' buggy. So here we are with the EMPI Manx behind me. Rob, hey, thanks for having us here. This is awesome.
Thanks for coming out. We appreciate it very much.
No, this is cool. Tell everybody about it. I mean, I want to go from where you guys got this idea, you know, who you actually went ahead and kind of, you know, came up with all these fantastic just details, and how this came to fruition.
Sure. Hey, building a buggy has been a dream for a long, long time. EMPI's got all the parts, we know that, but you know, collaborating with our friends at Meyers Manx, that was really helpful. Their classic, what they call their remastered body, was kind of phasing out, so we had the opportunity to pick up a body. Manx took an old pan. We had a 66 pan just laying around, rusting quietly. So they took our pan, they shortened it, they put in all the things that you need for a nice new pan, and then powder coated it and said, hey, your pan's ready, your body's ready, come and get it.
Wow.
So what we did was we took the basic idea of what's a real running buggy all about. This was not a show build. This was not it's going to live in the garage all day. We take this to shows. If you were at Donut Derelicts recently, you saw it. If you made it to SEMA, you saw it. But driving this buggy is what it's all about. So we're gonna beat the hell out of it. And you know, the great news is, yeah, there's about 200 EMPI parts in it, but we collaborated with so many people, not just Meyers Manx. We'll talk about the motor. We collaborated with D&J to build a 2180. We collaborated with Rancho to build the original IRS trans. We collaborated with Wright Gearbox, and now we've got a swing axle trans. One of the, I think, the most valuable things is this is a rolling test bed. We're trying out new parts. We're figuring out what works, what sounds good, what looks good, what performs, what do people like. You know, for example, the 8-inch wide wheels. Those are not standard PIP at compound put together 2 Sprint Stars to make one 8-inch wide Sprint Star. But just based on the feedback at SEMA, we know there's demand for this. So this will go into production soon. So stay tuned on that. But you know, from what we're calling the fun locker back here, Dune Buggies don't have a lot of storage, right? They're not SUVs. So I challenged our engineering team to say, can we come up with a storage area? So our team fabricated this plank. We added aircraft seat rails. So we've got aluminum seat rails. And then a simple cargo net. So we can put our paddleboard, we could put a stove, a barbecue, wherever we're going. We can put stuff back here. And 2 important things. 1, it's going to stay put. And 2, in the case of a quick maneuver, it's not going to hit us in the head. So I think those are 2 important features.
Yeah, big time. No, you know, it's interesting. While we're here at the wheel, one of the things that I thought was kind of cool was looking for the valve. Where is it?
The valve's on the inside. So that was part of the fabricating process, was the stem moved to the back side of the wheel. So we couple tricks that we built in. So if we're going to run on the beach, which we are, if we're going to run on fire roads, which we are, typically you let a little bit of air out of the tires. So what we did, we installed an ARB double air compressor. There's a cool outfit called Innovative AT Products here in Fullerton, California. I know them from my Jeep days. So we've got 2 stubs, 1 on each side, where we can run air hoses to both sides of the wheels and let out or add air pressure.
No way.
So that's self-contained. There's a switch in the gauge pod. We can turn that on or off.
And I understand also it's Bluetooth activated too. So, I mean, you know, got to have technology there.
What's great about a buggy is that from 15 or 20 feet, it's a buggy. Right? Yeah, we built some tricks up its sleeve just for fun. I can't help but do this. Sorry, I have to do this.
No. I think it's great because this is one of the things that I actually saw, and I couldn't believe the fact that, check this out, you guys. Not only does the seat come out, but look at this. This is so cool. These are the legs. So, I mean, if you know you're going camping, you're going to the beach, you don't have to drag a chair because your car seat turns into that. That's
so the
cool.
idea that, you know what, we're going to go out, why not just bring our chairs with us?
And I love the Westy plaid material too. That is super cool.
We went full Westphalia. So major props to Octavio at Custom One in orange.
Wow, yeah.
He took the steel shell, so that's a 356 Speedster shell that we offer our JP Group line of product. Sorry for the plug. So you can see,
look at this.
You can see the holes in the back. That's standard. And where we collaborated internally was with our engineering team, and I said, I have this vision of a removable seat. And they started tinkering and playing, and I'm extremely proud of what they created. But more importantly,
that's impressive.
They just took the ball and ran with it. Yeah. So I think every now and then challenging creative people to come up with a creative solution, it turns out great. And this was another very popular thing at SEMA. Can I buy this? Is this available? When you look at the seat base,
you guys got to check out the base. This is amazing.
So the functionality of the seat moving fore and aft, those are standard Volkswagen rails underneath.
Super cool.
Our team created the base. They created the latching system. And as you saw, it's one handle and it pops out, and both seats come out of the car.
I mean, and that's the beauty of it, is just how easily you took that out. The other thing too is, I mean, aside from the fact that obviously it makes it, accessible, you've got a chair that you can use at the beach. If you had to go ahead and mess with the wiring or anything, it's kind of nice that you don't have to go through a big old rigmarole just to take the seat out to get underneath the dash.
Exactly.
That is really cool. And also, you guys, I don't know if you saw this, but you had mentioned, check out that really cool gauge in the center there. Now, what are the switches on the pod?
Sure. So our team came up, they 3D printed that pod, and Octavio covered that in the matching vinyl. So we've got the air gauge, which is an old military gauge. We just thought it looked cool. On the left, we've got a USB connector. Got to keep things charged, right? And on the right is the switch for the ARB compressor.
That is awesome. One of the things that I think is really neat, I know that you mentioned it a little bit ago, that there's at least 200 EMPI parts in this build. It's really neat. I mean, obviously, you can't miss the steering wheel. Love the steering wheel, then the shifter. But yeah, you're absolutely right that everything that your eyes set on, it's your guys' products. I mean, the gauges, that is awesome.
And there's a little bit of a Porsche theme with the 356 Speedster gauges,
right?
The beehive turn signals. But what we really wanted was, it's not so much retro as it is. I mean, this is all current EMPI stuff, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing that we pulled back out of the catalog. These are all current parts. So one of the questions I've been getting is, how did you build it? Well, we went through the EMPI catalog and said, what do we need?
Right.
So when we talked about the motor, that's all EMPI. We talk about the brakes, that's our Willwood kit, front and rear.
And the wheels.
And the wheels, those are our Sprint Stars, which again, except for the 8-inch wide, those are off the shelf.
Right.
The front end is all fresh and new. So you've heard me yammer about our forged trailing arms, our forged spindles.
Right.
We're trying out new shocks on this one, and they're very close to being commercial, so stay tuned on that. New master cylinder, new brake lines. These are all our kits and are all configurations that anyone can walk into an EMPI dealer and order these parts.
Yeah, I mean, when I'm thinking about it, it's so cool to actually have the concept of basically it's like a model car. Just going and looking in the catalog, obviously getting the body, from Meyers Manx, and then just start to build whatever your mind desires. I think is awesome. Now, you mentioned the engine. So how far in detail, you were telling me that even the internals, it's yours.
It's all EMPI. Okay. So again, huge props to Damien and Nathan at D&J and Fountain Valley. Yes, they're an EMPI authorized distributor. But what I loved about their approach was, we want to build a useful, torquey motor that's got that down low grunt that a dune buggy needs.
Right.
2180. That's a good size motor, right?
I think that's enough for a buggy.
Yeah. But their approach, I understand exactly why they've got such a loyal customer base and why they've got such a backlog of work, is because the way they put things together. I think we've got some video on Instagram where just the parts laid out on the table. It's like an operating room situation. Every system, all the rotating assemblies, everything checked, test fit before anything actually got mated up or torqued.
Yeah.
They made sure that everything rotated smoothly. They made sure no interferences. And when we talked about the carburetors, you know, there's obviously a lot of ways to go. There's singles, there's duals. We went with the dual 44s just because they look cool, number one. But for this kind of a motor where we want that torque, yeah, we're going to need some fuel to go with it.
Right. No, that's awesome. I love the headers too, by the way. That is definitely cool. Now, one of the things that, you know, I'm impressed by as you walk around, and obviously you see the motor, you see the detail. A lot of folks have said, you're mentioning that they think these are speakers on the side of the body. But just to, you know, go ahead and clear it up.
Dispel the rumors.
What are they?
So those are sand ladders. So again, another trick I learned from my Jeep friends is every now and then you're going to go somewhere, you're going to get stuck. So why not bring your own recovery stuff when you can? So what we did here, Victor fabricated these brackets. So the sand ladders are just held on here with these nubs. They just screw onto the base. So they're not speakers. I think speakers would be a great idea next time. But so the sand ladders come off. But again, the goal, like I mentioned earlier, was our storage space is limited. Let's make the vehicle carry its own gear. So the sand ladders just seem like a natural fit. And you can barely see, but behind the body. So we took that Manx classic body and schutzed it. So there's a German texturing. So we covered the entire body in that schutz. It just makes it look a little more finished. But that, you know, the contrast with the orange, we like that too.
What I love is the fact that the ladder actually begins just where it starts to round and then just ends perfectly. And I can see how somebody might think, oh, it's some sort of a body panel. But the fact that, you know, it's a functional aspect to the car. But I really, really dig the fact that you guys have gone ahead and taken the time and made the space, which is lacking, you know, so feasible and so functional. Super, super cool. I love this color.
Thank you.
Now, the color, was that something, did you guys kind of go back and forth like, oh, what colors should we go with? Or
we chatted about colors, and we, you know, selfishly, we thought about the EMPI blue and white and what would really pop against that. And we thought that the bright orange metallic would be the way to go.
It's stunning.
Thank you.
It's beautiful. It's really, really, really cool. Well, this is awesome. So where, I mean, gosh, where do you go from here? I mean, where could people actually see this?
Glamis. Hopefully the beach in Pismo. Since we've had this snow and all this weather lately in Southern California, what I really want to do is get it up to Big Bear and find out where we could kind of throw it around the snow a little bit.
Oh, this thing will stand.
I hear buggies and snow don't always work well together, but I want to find out for myself.
There you go.
So yeah, we're going to shows. We're driving this around.
Awesome.
If you live in Orange County, you're going to see us somewhere.
That's cool.
So we look forward to your questions. I think we touched on the Manx plate. They gave us our own little originality
That's
tag.
right. I don't know if you guys saw this, but if you look at the plate right in between the seats here, a lot of people you were mentioning, they always ask, is it a real Meyers Manx?
Yes, they
do. It is. And the coolest part is look at the last number, the little digits here, you guys. It says EMPI there. This is truly a one of one. And it's so cool to just keep looking at this thing from the Cocoa mats to, I love the fact I've never seen a buggy with the tunnel mat on it. Just a lot of different details. I think you guys have done a spectacular job.
Thanks.
So very cool. So hopefully you guys at home, you know, you get an idea of, hey, that's pretty cool. It inspires people. And to your point, this isn't something that, you know, you just build it and then you keep it in the garage. This is something that you can actually put together and go and enjoy and have fun
Most definitely.
This is awesome.
There's a total resurgence in buggies. What I've noticed in Southern California, Bruce Meyers, this is where he was from, right? He was from the Orange County area, I think Newport Beach, Irvine. Meyers Manx is now based in Costa Mesa, California. So all of these threads came together. And I, again, thank you so much to the Meyers Manx guys. Thanks to all the different companies that help us put this together. It's been great fun.
No, it's spectacular. I think it's great. Hopefully it inspires a lot of people. We actually go ahead and talk about this in great detail, you guys, in the next upcoming HotVWs issue. So make sure you check that out so you get all those details. And also, we're going to be doing a little fun promo. Do you want to talk to people about it?
I do. Let me. So what we're going to do to commemorate the EMPI Manx on the cover of HotVWs, which is very exciting, we're going to do a little Instagram promo. So one of our limited edition posters, one of our EMPI Manx pins, And the team at HotVWs has been so kind to throw in a 1-year subscription to the Find magazine. Maybe an EMPI t-shirt. We'll bundle that all up as a package and we'll mail that out to the lucky winner. We'll launch as the magazine goes on sale on the newsstand.
Yep, absolutely. So be on the lookout for it. If you're not a subscriber,
what's
why
wrong
aren't
with
you?
What the heck?
I know.
Come on.
You know, subscribe. But if you do get it at the newsstand, you should be seeing it probably in a couple of weeks. So be sure to check it out, you guys. You guys are going to love it.
It's probably another good reason to be a subscriber, right?
I think so.
All right.
I think so. It definitely makes it a lot better. So, and if you can't subscribe to the actual hard copy, you can always subscribe to the digital copy. If you're not in this country, it's a great, easy way to go ahead and get it. So check it out, you guys. So Rob, this is awesome.
Thanks,
Thank
Eddie.
you so much, you guys. You guys are going to love it. So hopefully you guys can get your own build going. And well, we'll see you at the next show. Thanks, Rob.
Thank you.